So the first question that I have this week came to me from a for-profit organization that's in the manufacturing sector. And that question was, what basic processes need to be in place so we can really nail tracking our manufactured products? And it's a pleasure that this question is being asked. And what's particularly impressive about this question is that the CEO knows that it's not just about accounting for accounting's sake and being very good at the debits and credits. The CEO knows that it's the process, the people process surrounding this that will make or break it, even if you have a crackerjack accounting team for your manufacturing. So here's the people process. So you start at the beginning with this underlying principle of make sure that information is flowing in real time so the accounting system can reflect reality. What's the point of the accounting system reflecting reality? A, for compliance, B, for management purposes, so you can make decisions based on good quality information in real time, and C, internal controls, protecting your assets. If real-time information isn't flowing through your accounting records about what's happening, then if your inventory is walking out the door, you won't know it until 2 months later, or if ever. So kudos for asking the question. Now here's the answer. Starting at the beginning is there needs to be a unified list, and everyone needs to be speaking the same language. We all refer to the products in the same way. There's a unified list. If there's a price list that's facing the customer, that price list needs to have the same language as what's in QuickBooks or whatever your accounting system you're using, Xero, whatever else. So the language in the list needs to be the same. Similarly, the manufacturing team needs to refer to these products all in the same way as the sales team and the accounting team. We need to have a unified language. Next, there needs to be a consistent manufacturing process. Let's call it a recipe. You get some ingredients, you mix them up, let's call it a recipe. There needs to be a pledge, a commitment to consistency in the manufacturing process. Third, I recommend the use of inventory assembly items. So whether it's something that you mix up or assemble, your products have this consistent recipe with a consistent names, everyone calling it the same thing. And you build these recipes in what in QuickBooks is called inventory assembly items. Build those recipes. This is all on the front end. Next, now we get into real time. Someone on the manufacturing team uses raw materials and mixes them together and does their thing and produces, ba-bum, finished good. Now, since the person asking this question asked about basic processes, I'm going to skip the whole concept of work in process. Let's say it goes from raw materials to finished goods by someone waving a wand. So the people process is when those raw materials are used and finished goods are produced, the manufacturing team communicates this in real time. Hey, we have a finished batch, to whoever's in charge of the manufacturing department. That person then does quality control checks, verifies, yes, this is what we have, and yes, it's saleable, it didn't get ruined or spoiled and needs to be thrown away, because the accounting for that is different. So if everything checks out, the person in charge of the manufacturing department goes to the accounting records and does what in QuickBooks is called a build, an inventory build. You click a button and boom, your accounting records show what happened in reality. No more raw materials, now you have finished goods. Cha-ching! So that happens, that's really the underlying process. And what whoever's in charge of purchasing gets out of this is, wow, we're low on raw materials, let's go buy some. What those in charge of general financial management, what that means is they have good information about profitability. For example, good information, those in charge of the security of the inventory items, they have clarity on, well, the shelf, I'm looking at the shelf, it says that we have 4. In QuickBooks, it says we have 7. Uh-oh, where did the other 3 go? Did they walk out the door? Were they damaged and no one reported them? That doesn't work. So part of the underlying process here is dealing with the exceptions. Uh-oh, this one got damaged. It's the same process. Report that to the person who gets into the accounting records. Report that to the director of the manufacturing operations. That person enters in that damage, writes off the finished goods, gets that into the accounting records, and then has a conversation with the team about what caused these things to get damaged and what we can do to prevent that. So of course, there's much more to this, but that's the basic process. Get the technology set up, have a unified vocabulary, and let information flow in real time to the people who can then enter it into the accounting records.